Why surgeons or other medical professionals can't find the right girlfriend or a wife. I've had a client of mine, for anonymity's sake, let's call him John, very successful surgeon in his 50s in the US. He came to me around a year and a half ago because he couldn't find a woman who was right for him. He was getting some dates, but it wasn't really the quality that he was looking for. Dating apps, meh, wasn't good. In-person approaches he struggled with a little bit, even though he was very confident, extremely competent in his job. That wasn't an area that he had been trained in. And one of the challenges that people in the medical space have, who are doctors or surgeons, they can get stuck in their head quite a bit. They can be very studious and they want everything perfectly. That's in part why he appreciated my system. And by the way, now he's happily engaged to a younger doctor who's unbelievably beautiful, obviously very educated. He's really above and beyond in terms of happiness. He sent a message to me and my mentor, because my mentor and I, who I learned from 8 years ago, we coached together. He says, you guys, you don't even know what a difference you make. Something along those lines. You really impact people. It is very impressive. I can't thank you enough. So that was amazing. And he really appreciated the German systematic approach, if you will, that I've taken to figuring this whole dating and relationship thing out. But if you're somebody who is a surgeon or a doctor and you struggle with getting the right girlfriend or wife, you first of all have to understand that yes, you obviously need a process that works on dating apps, on Instagram, in-person approaches that supplies you with enough quality dates, a process of eliminating blind spots in your communication. That's true. But you also have to understand that at a conversational level on the date, there has to be flow. And flow is probably one of the last things that you want at work because you need standard operating procedures. My family in Germany, they all work in medicine, by the way. I'm the odd one out. Almost all of my family in Germany, they're all in medicine. And I just didn't want to go to university for that long, even though helping and healing people or doing my best to contribute to that was definitely something that inspired me. But now I have a job where I get to help people become happy and avoid tons of pain and suffering. Because that client of mine, for example, he went through a really, really painful story with his ex-wife. And he's the kindest man in the whole world, really kind. And one of the best clients that I've ever worked with. Very easy to make him successful. Not from one day to the next. Took a couple of months, obviously, to find somebody of real quality. And he, like a lot of people in medicine, what I found, this is just a pattern that I have observed with doctors and surgeons, the ones that come to me at least, they actually care. They actually care about their patients. And for some reason, when they meet a woman they like, they get attached a little bit too quickly. They jump in a little bit too quickly. Which leads to them wasting time. And that client of mine, who's now happily engaged, in the beginning, there was a situation where there was a lady that was exhibiting very clear signs. And I told him that. I was like, she's a red flag, man. Don't date her. Don't do it. Oh, it'll be fine. He ignored my advice for 2 to 3 weeks. He came back, said, David, you were right. She's crazy. I told you so. Thank God it was only 2 or 3 weeks. But that can be 6 months, a year and a half, several years of your life that you waste with the wrong women. That's why you need to have an evaluation phase of minimum 8 to 12 weeks where you date non-exclusively, and then you transition things into an exclusive relationship. What you need to do, if you're a surgeon or a doctor and you want to find the right girlfriend or wife, you need to, on your dating apps, make it very clear that you're also looking for somebody who you're intellectually compatible with. Now, obviously, simply having that in your profile, along with other really attractive characteristics about you, amazing photos, the right prompts, reducing friction, that in and of itself is going to attract the right target audience. But make sure that 2/3 of your prompts are a little bit fun and lighthearted, but 1/3 or 50% of them is supposed to represent your actual values, what you're looking for, and what you don't want. Because our values are not just what we stand for, they're also what we stand against. You have to build a profile that, by the way, Have a picture where you look like a doctor. That's going to work extremely well. Have where you show your work outfit. That's amazing. Make sure you have some lifestyle in there as well. Make sure you have a couple of really professional shots. Ideally, some social proof in there as well. Social proof is always women. And it's not necessary for you to have a picture with a woman or with multiple women, but if you do have it, it helps because women trust the judgment of other women. And if you're desired by other women, that evokes something deeply biological in them. Even if some won't admit it, gravity works. If I were to drop this microphone right now, it would hit the ground. Even if I refuse to believe in gravity, there are just certain forces, certain dynamics that are at work in the interactions of men and women that govern whether attraction goes up or it goes down independent of our belief in those dynamics. So you need to build a good profile and you need to reduce friction. That client of mine, he had a couple of pictures that really didn't serve him well. And I mean, this guy he's the perfect catch, in good shape. He went through like a weight loss transformation. It's just an amazing guy. Kind, educated, got money. You'd think that, why would this guy have any problem? Well, because he didn't have a date machine that would supply him with at least one quality date a week, not to become a playboy, but to be able to make an educated choice. And then he had blind spots in his communication. He didn't communicate in a way that would elicit red flags very quickly. I love working with, all kinds of guys, right? I have a lot of clients who work in finance, for example, or business owners. But guys who work in medicine, surgeons, doctors, they're really cool. The ones who can put their ego on a shelf. We all as men have egos, but don't come to me if you have an ego. Put that on your shelf, okay? Put that aside if you want help, seriously. But those guys, they're very studious. They've gone through 8 years, if they specialize, 12 years of studying medicine or whatever it may be, depending on the country you're in. They are really good students. And it's very easy to make these guys successful. I love it. It's so much fun. Maybe also because my family, they all work in medicine in Germany. So I don't know, it's a personal affinity or whatever. To be honest, I don't care what you do as a man. As long as you're kind, hardworking, that's really all it takes. If you're a kind, good-hearted man who's open-minded and willing to execute a couple of very simple instructions and invest 4 to 7% of your waking time per week, well, you can easily find a woman who's truly right for you. You have to understand, man, you're in an amazing position in your life. You've worked extremely hard to get where you are. You really have. And yet, it's January 2026, I believe. Yeah, it is. And you're still alone. Do you want to be alone next Christmas? What are your New Year's resolutions? What New Year's resolutions have you already broken? It's right now, as I'm recording this, the 8th of January. And there's probably a couple of things that you've told yourself you were going to do in 2025 in January, and you simply haven't done it. And maybe this year, maybe 7 or 8 days ago, you made some promises to yourself that you've already broken. You have so much to share, you have so much to give, and you're wasting it. Wouldn't it be nice to travel with somebody? Wouldn't it be nice to build a family with somebody? To merge families if you already have kids? What good is having all of this for if you don't have somebody to share it with? Because people are trying to tell us that we as human beings are so selfish. We're all so selfish. No. When we have something beautiful, we have good news, we have something amazing, be that money or resources or time or energy, we want to share that. And you have been sharing it. And yet, one of the most important areas in your life is not truly fulfilled. And yeah, you could be single for the next 5 or 10 years. Or you could be truly happy. Unfortunately or fortunately, it is a biological fact of life. The science is very clear that the men who live the longest, who are the healthiest, the most productive, and the happiest are the ones who are in a fulfilling, intimate relationship. Look, if you would like me to help you personally, find a woman who's truly right for you, somebody who's physically attractive, somebody who has an amazing personality and values, somebody who's intellectually stimulating for you, and you're willing to put a little bit of work in, well, then click the link below this video and apply for a free initial consultation. Looking forward to speaking with you soon.